Hey everyone. Well, that was everyone. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So appreciate you tuning in. If this is your first time watching, welcome. Like to give out a lot of information on Belize. I have an extensive video library that you can go through and find out so much valuable information on Belize that'll actually help you out. Wanted to do a video today specifically on the property taxes in Belize. So the property taxes in Belize are extremely low. I'm talking $25 to $100 a year is what the average property tax in Belize, no matter where you're at, if it's San Pedro, Cape Cocker, Placencia, Hopkins, Cayo, Punta Gorda, it doesn't matter. The property taxes in Belize are extremely low. And that's one of the things that draws people in is the property taxes, because throughout the world, property taxes are pretty high. I know that my property taxes in the States used to be about 4,000 US a year. So property taxes is a big deal, and it's what might have you deciding to move to Belize. And once again, I always say, I'm not just giving you information that I don't know anything about. I've been in Belize for a while, over 3 years. Started out in Placencia, have seen a lot, lived a lot, watched a lot that happens in Belize, and I try to bring you guys as much information that I can. So if you are deciding to move to Belize, that you can make an informed decision for yourself. So with that being said, the property taxes, yes, they are extremely, extremely low. So before we get into the video, let's take a look at exactly what you're going to get for those very low property taxes.
They put a hose in the sea, but it's not coming yet.
A bucket brigade was established last night as a fire erupted just around 9 p.m. on Tuesday on Barra Reef Drive. The fire consumed a concrete with zinc roof building housing several businesses situated just across the Central Park area of San Pedro Town. Frustrated residents were quick to respond, and a few moments later, firefighters arrived on the scene, but not before the entire property was totaled. While details at this time is shortcoming, Love News understands that no one was injured. Meanwhile, it is uncertain at this time as to which section of the building the fire originated, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation at this time. It is uncertain if the businesses and the building were insured.
This is a critical function that must be carried out very carefully. We've seen in the past month alone some serious cases, accidents on the road, buses catching fire, etc. These are of grave concern to us.
All right, so as you can see from the clip that I just showed you, that's not a joke. That is in San Pedro. That is in one of the busiest areas in Belize. And as you can see, it is not equipped to even handle a small fire. And that's pretty much what you're going to get for your low property taxes. You're not going to get anything. Zero. I'm going to be honest with you. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to get adequate fire protection. You're not going to get adequate roads. You're not going to get anything. Nothing is going to be. It's impossible. If all these people are paying $25 to $100 a year, it's impossible to keep up, I mean, with anything. So as you can see, this was a fire that broke out in San Pedro, and they had to resort to a bucket line, which, don't get me wrong, it is awesome to see the community come together. But man, I mean, we're in 2025 and you're in a high-end tourist resort town, and you have to resort to a bucket line because the fire department is not adequate to deal with fires. And before you start jumping in on me about, I'm not saying anything about the firemen. This has nothing to do with the firemen. Those guys are out there trying to do their job. The sad thing is they are trying to do their job with no equipment. Most of this equipment is donated. It has to be maintained. Parts are expensive. Most of the fire equipment that I actually saw in Belize came from the US. And I mean, some of these fire engines are 20 years old. They're what the departments in the US don't use anymore. So they put them on a plane, they send them over to Belize, you know, pat on the back, make you feel good. Here's a brand new fire truck. They train the guys how to use it, and then that's it. And when something breaks down, it breaks down. You know, here recently, a lot of the fire crews across the entire country of Belize wanted to walk out. I'm talking, they were using, and probably still are, axes that are broken handles and rusty, hoses that have holes in them. So by the time the water gets to the very end of the line, there's absolutely no pressure. I did a previous video on a house that pretty much just sat there and smoldered in Placencia. It just, when it caught fire, it just absolutely smoldered. So this video in no way has anything to do with the firefighters that are out there trying to make a difference in their community. And to be out there every day and put your life on the line, and you know, for people to point the finger at them and say it's their fault, and it's not their fault. I mean, everybody know whose fault it is. It's your city council's fault. It's your government's fault. There is, the money that is flowing into Belize is ridiculous. And the amount of US tax money that I've seen flow into Belize is ridiculous. There is no reason at all in any of these places why they cannot have adequate fire equipment. And when I tell you inadequate, literally I've watched them fight some brush fires here and there where they have to stop. They have to go find a place, a canal or something, and take 45 minutes to an hour to pump water back into the truck so they can go back to the location and try to put it out again. And by the time they get there, the damage is already done. So one thing that you really need to know, Belize is a great place. Belize is a beautiful country. It is a great place, but there is no infrastructure. There is absolutely zero infrastructure when it comes to things like this. And you can clearly see in that video that people are out there doing everything they can. And unfortunately, it looks like a lot of locals just lost their houses or businesses. And these are the ones that suffer, while the people with money just keep coming in and building and building and building and building. And you just keep building and building and building and building. And you're not adding any kind of infrastructure, nothing. So when a fire breaks out or an emergency happens, you have no plan. It's just fly by the seat of your pants. So that's basically the reality of what you're getting for paying $25 to $100 a month in property taxes. And it's not just a little guy. It's the millionaires down there too. They got to deal with it too. All this stuff, nobody wants anybody to know about, but it's fact. So if you're thinking about moving to Belize because the property taxes are extremely low, you have to be prepared for the services that you're going to get for those property taxes, which I'm telling you, until things change in Belize, you're not going to get any kind of service. And it's really sad and disheartening to watch people's homes and their businesses burn to the ground when they don't have to. None of this actually has to happen. They can have adequate fire service, but they don't. They absolutely don't. 99.9% of the things that catch on fire in Belize burn to the ground. And it shouldn't be like that. Like I said, with the amount of money that is rolling into Belize, there should be state-of-the-art equipment, but there's not. There should be state-of-the-art training facilities, but they're not. So that's one of the bad sides of Belize, is for the money that you're going to spend on property taxes, you're not going to get anything, and you're going to watch a lot of people that work for the police, for the fire departments, you're going to see a lot of them frustrated and just, you know, with their arms up in the air, because at the end of the day, why are they going to get out there and risk their lives when they don't have the right equipment and they have to move buckets of water? It's a sad reality, but it's even sadder that we're in 2025 in a country that is, even on Forbes, #1 place to visit, can't find adequate fire equipment. It's you know, and like I said, I don't do these videos to bash Belize. I do these videos so the information gets out there and you can make an informed decision if you are thinking about buying property in Belize, moving to Belize, and building something. If you are planning on doing that, you have to know if anything happens to your property, I mean, as far as a fire, nobody's coming. And if they come, it's going to be too late. It's just how it is. So you have to be willing to live with that and deal with that. We did, and we got along fine. We knew that when we built our house, that if anything ever happened, that nobody was ever coming. We knew that. That was the risk that we took. Last year, we actually went through a really bad wildfire where we had to ourselves fight the fire right there on the edge of our property to keep it from catching our house on fire. And we did it with garden hoses. It's what we had to do, but we got through it. Some of you out there may not want to have to deal with that. Some of you out there may want to, if there's a problem, you want to pick up the phone and call the fire department, and they're going to come rushing in with fire trucks and put it out, and everything's going to be fine and dandy. It's not going to happen. So if you're wanting to move to Belize because of the low property taxes, just keep in mind, you're not going to get any services for those taxes. You're going to get zero. And like I said, it's not just in one area, it's in every single area. The only area that I saw that was any different in the entire country of Belize was going to be the Spanish Lookout area. And that's because they have their own stuff. Spanish Lookout somehow has managed to do what the government of Belize can't do for the rest of the entire country. So you have a bunch of Mennonites who have provided their own electricity, water, and fire suppression equipment, fire trucks, ambulances, and it's amazing to watch that happen, you know. And it also makes you wonder why, if one small community by the border of Guatemala can do that, why can't the rest of the entire country? Makes you wonder, you know, maybe something somebody might want to look into. But you know, I'm just here to give you guys the information. So yes, if you're thinking about moving to Belize and you can deal with things like that, Belize is a beautiful, awesome place to live. And I don't have too many bad things that I can say about the peacefulness that you can find when you're living in Belize. You just have to realize that if you move to Belize, it is a developing country, and you're going to get no services for the tax money that you hand over. And that just is how it is. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you got some out of this video. It's a beautiful morning here. I got lots more videos about Belize coming out, and then I got lots more videos that are going to be starting on our new adventure and what we're planning on doing. So hang with us. Once again, we appreciate everybody's support out there, watching the videos, liking them, sharing them with your friends. It really helps us out. And, you know, we love to bring you guys information so you don't have to go through exactly what we did. So have a great day, and be blessed, everyone.